Okay, y'all, we're back. I got something to eat because I was not going to be able to make it. Plus, what's so funny, y'all, my phone died, which is why I had to um go. Like, I took that as a sign, like, it's time to go and eat now. Pack your shit up. My phone died, and you have Santa Muerte, which is the death card in this deck. Death and Three of Swords. So, okay, I'm getting a couple of things with this energy. Like, either you and your divine masculine are going through a separation, like someone's thinking about um ending the connection. There could have been a third party involved. For some of you, I'm not saying all of you, but there could have been a third party involved. Um for some of you, and this, some of you could be going through a loss of a child. I'm sending you lots of healing energy your way. You could be grieving a loss of a child, or a loss of like maybe a certain idea not working the way you wanted it to, or a certain project that you were trying to, something didn't come through as expected. That's for some of you. But I do feel like for others of you, I feel like that there are heavy changes happening within your divine masculine. Like they're experiencing a death and rebirth, and I feel like they're almost shedding a past version of themselves, or they know they need to do this, or they have to do this. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get one more. Let me get one more. And then we'll get some ooh, wait a second. That is way too many. Way too many. Okay, I'll get more than two then. Can you give me some more, Spirit? I hear you. Seven of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's still like illusions, confusion. I feel like you're not willing to remain in that energy. Like you're not willing to feed into that energy of delusions, right? Because you know what you want. You know your purpose, you know your life path. Like you understand, you see how this cup that, she's holding a cup, or he's holding a cup. He is holding a cup and it has a flower in it. And I feel like that's he has you, the divine masculine has like, damn, like this is the only cup that has a flower in it. Like none of the other fucking cups have anything growing out of them. Nothing. But I feel like that's that denial energy. It's like they're going through a death and a rebirth. And I feel like the death is going to happen when either, if it hasn't happened yet, there could be an ending between you and this connection, within this connection, that you guys could be going on a separation period, or something is going to happen in the divine masculine's energy, I feel, that's going to make them realize how, that's going to push them to, yep, the Wheel of Fortune. That's going to almost force them to look at themselves, or force them to do some reflection, because it is time. There's a sun energy. It is time for them to see, for things to be exposed within themselves, around them, the people who they surround themselves with. Like, I feel like this divine masculine is definitely going through a period of shedding. I'm hearing shedding layers of themselves, removing, they've experienced hurt in the past from, people who betrayed them, who they feel that they can't trust. I feel like they're removing those individuals from their life, because they're seeing that they have, was it bore no fruit? Like how much longer do you need to be in this energy of confusion for you to realize that nothing else is giving you what you're looking for? And then you have in your hands something that's growing and blooming, and you're still looking to see what else is out there. So I feel like that's the energy that they're trying to release. Maybe your person was someone that just wasn't really open to love. They just kind of locked the heart up and locked it, locked it up, threw it away. I don't, yeah, with the Eight of Swords energy, definitely locked up. Locked up, it won't let me out. Somebody could be locked up at the moment, but they're coming back. I'm telling you that them looking over their shoulder like this lets me know that they're coming back with an apology, with some sort of love offer. And I feel like that's after this period of them coming, getting out of their head, this death, they're going through this death, I'm telling y'all. And I feel like it's more so something of the mind that keeps them from emotionally opening up. So they're going through a heavy death, y'all. Not only are they having to shift the perspective on how they think, right? Because again, remember, this is a very logical and disciplined person, but where's the heart? Well, for now, they've only been able to show up as a Knight of Cups because they've never taken the role of a King of Cups, right? Or maybe they have in the past, but they were let down, they were betrayed, they were hurt. And now they're having to remove those swords to finally start healing those wounds. And that's exactly what they're doing. That they're experiencing maybe loss right now. They're experiencing a rebirth because there's a new them about to be born. Some of y'all could be pregnant, could be expecting, or could be talking about babies. I'm also seeing the sand, was it clock timer thingy? So divine timing could also be at play. So if there is, like, again, a separation period, and that's because this really feels like a twin flame. Like, you're just going through a separation period right now. And that's because your person is experiencing this death and rebirth. And to be completely honest, like, deaths are difficult, right? So I'm not surprised to see this Three of Swords, that it fell out with the death card. Like, I'm not surprised that it is putting your divine masculine in this energy, because they have been backstabbed, they had been hurt before, and it's scary, kind of like a flame or a fire. If you put your hand over a flame, it's going to burn you. Sometimes you put your hand over it and you try it and it burns you, but you're not going to do it again, right? You're not going to keep doing something that could potentially burn you. And maybe this person feels like, out of protection, to not hurt again, they just created this barrier when it came to their heart, locked the heart up. There's an icebox where my heart used to be. But now they come across you and you have shifted their perspective. And so there's that, that rebirth energy, renewal. And I feel like both of you are very connected to your ancestors. Like, you both could have people on each side, like grandparents or great-grandparents, that look after you guys. These just feel like people, like someone's grandparents looking down on their child, or their ancestors. So you could be called to work with your ancestors right now. Look at the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I love this. Look at that. Oh, and look where the icebox used to be melting. I love this. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, you're ascending. I like this. I like this divine feminine. All right, Let me see what we're going to close out with, you guys. This is my first extended video, so I figured since it happened the way it happened, and now I see 10:10 on the timer, which it ended how it ended for a reason. I was guided to try this way to offer an extended to you guys. So I am going to, this is the extended, I guess, this is the extended video. So welcome to the extended video. I kind of went right into it because I was still getting the channels from channeling, Jesus Christ, messages from when I was out there and at the trail. So I ate something really quick, and then I came back and was like, all right, let me sit down, while I'm still tapped into the energy. All right, let me close this out, you guys. And let's see, what do I want to close it out, you guys? What are we trying to close it out? Let's get messages from your person. Let's see what's on their mind. Let's see what they want to tell you, since you guys are on, in separation right now. Let's see what they want to say. What messages do you have from the divine masculine for the divine feminine? Ooh. Okay. Oh, yeah, your divine masculine is falling apart right now, y'all. Look, ghosted. See? I'm sorry I had to run, but I couldn't tell you how I felt because I don't even know how I feel. It was easier for me to walk away instead of having to explain myself. So they could be pulling back. I'm trying to be patient. I want you to return, and I want to return to you. Being apart from you feels like an eternity. Time's ticking. What did I say about that time? That clock. I feel like there's something in regards to time. It says there's so many barriers stopping us from being together. I'm trying my best to become a better person so I can knock down the walls for you and eventually with you. Past life. When I am with you, I feel as if time just stops, and it's just me. And it's just me and you against the world. You feel like home to me. You understand me, and I understand you. I am receiving many messages about you through numbers, symbols, and images. The universe is showing me my way back to you, and you back to me. Okay, I like that. Okay. Let me get a couple more for the divine feminine. I just saw a reinvention, so it feels like exactly like they're reinventing themselves. They're leaving a part of themselves behind. Your person could be someone that was like single for a long time. I'm getting like bachelor energy. They just stayed focused and super disciplined on, what it is that they were working on. So maybe their career or their, it just feels like they were very much so on this solo journey. Let's say that. And now that they're coming in, in contact with you, or they're experiencing your energy, it's like, holy fucking shit, what is happening? What's just happened? Like, I'm hearing no one has ever stopped this person in their tracks like you've been able to. And I honestly feel like this breaking barriers energy, that's that Eight of Swords. Like, it does feel like other people could be involved if there is, like, again, a third party. It's like this person during this death or this separation, because I do see that they ghosted you. It just feels like they're learning a lot about themselves. Like, the separation had to happen. And you understand this as a divine feminine, that you're not, like, it doesn't feel like you're waiting on them. You say you're trying, it says you're trying to be, y'all, This person is definitely trying to find the words. But it says, I am trying to be patient. I want you to return, and I want to return to you. Being apart from you feels like eternity. So you are patiently waiting, right? I feel like you are trying to be understanding of the twin flame dynamic, the separations, whatever, right? But you also understand that we're not going to be waiting around forever. And I feel like your person knows this. I feel like your person knows this. At some point or another, they're going to have to choose. And I feel like they know it's either going to be by their own, either they're going to take action on their own, or the universe or source is going to do it for them. Because either this baby's going to come out or, nature is going to happen and it's going to push it out. Period. Either you pull them out yourself, or we're going to pull it out for you. The swords, like it's this mental prison that they are putting themselves into when it's that's that dark night of the soul energy I think I spoke about in the beginning of the reading. Let me get a few more for the Divine Feminine. What is their person currently feeling towards them? Reinvention. Just said that. Something about fall could be significant. There's definitely a lot of changes happening. There's a lot of changes happening right now within your person. Maybe they're gonna, reach out when during the fall. I don't know, maybe I'm getting change, because that's when the season changes, right? In the fall. So with reinvention behind it, it says, I'm trying to reinvent myself and release the old me. I took you for granted, disappointed you, and deserted you when you needed me the most. I want to come back stronger so I can build something better with you. Yeah, I feel like maybe this person is coming back sometime in the fall. If they're at a distance from you, you could be hearing from them in the fall. It says, I'm fighting my demons and re-examining my actions. It is life-altering and also extremely painful. That's that Three of Swords. At times, I fight against the changes, but I know it must happen for me to evolve. And let me get one more. So they know exactly, like in order for them to match your energy, they have to go through this dark night of the soul. They know they have to let this shit die, whatever it is, whether it's people pleasing, people's opinion, them caring about people's opinions, them trying to maintain an old life that they have outgrown, a space, a place, a job, a career, whatever. Because I'm getting a lot of energy with the outgrowing, right? Like that belly is not but so big, sir. You're gonna have to come out of there. You're gonna have to. Because back to the analogy that I was using earlier about in the Home Alone, you're gonna outgrow. We said something about outgrowing the skates, right? You're going to outgrow them and they're going to be of no use. And that's where this divine masculine is at now. They've outgrown where they're at, where they work, who they're dealing with, the beliefs that they've had. It's like a complete, transformation for them. They're completely reinventing themselves, because there could be that they maybe didn't have this example at home, right? Maybe they've never experience an energy like yours, and exactly, you got the runner energy, so it made them run. It made them scared. I don't know what you want from me. I love you, but I can't give you what you need. I don't have the time or the capacity to understand our connection. It's best to leave it alone. So they're trying to run. Okay, bye, because we're not coming after. And in their head it says, my obsessed thinking got the best of me. I allowed my emotions and others to control and dictate my actions towards our connection. I finally understand I need to trust my intuition. So opinions, what did I say? Gossip. Maybe the people try to talk your person out of this connection. But guess what? They are reinventing themselves. It's like they're taking I feel like they're going from this king, and I feel like they're taking a role of almost an emperor. That's what it feels like, because they're showing up as someone they've never been. But it almost feels like because they want to come back to you, right? Because they want this with you. Now, whether you decide to wait or not, Divine Feminine, whew, that's on you. But I mean, I think you guys are mirroring each other with this mirror nature. It says, if you are feeling under duress and feeling solemn, I feel it too. When you are thinking of me, I'm thinking of you too. Our connection is deep and profound and sometimes difficult to understand. So that's a divine timing energy. So this is the separation part that happens within the twin flame dynamic, right? I feel like this person is trying to, again, cut people, places, things out of their life and completely reinventing themselves, removing the blindfold or the shield, so that they can truly understand the connection between the two of you. I mean, well, they understand it. It's just that they're scared of it right now. They're in their head right now. So what do you do, Divine Feminine? If we're mirroring each other, right? Let's just 2121 on the timer as I'm saying that. Jesus, the synchronicities are fucking crazy. And we just said something about this. Bear with me, y'all. Listen to me. This is how we're going to fix this problem with our divine masculines. If it is true that we are connecting to our divine masculines and we are mirroring each other, then this means that we're both experiencing something. We're experiencing the same feelings, only in our own perspectives. Meaning, you may be feeling ungrounded right now. You may be feeling like things are changing around you. You may be feeling tired, lethargic, exhausted, whatever, right? For one, it's that cycle time, right? Especially if you're getting close to that time of the month for you, especially if you're not on birth control. Anyway, going back, if we're mirroring our divine masculines, right? And they're mirroring us, in order for us to ascend and elevate the energy, that means that we ourselves, as divine feminines, we have to stay grounded. Y'all saw why I was in that forest earlier, okay? Me sitting out there helped me focus on what truly matters, which is me getting these messages out there for you guys. Me showing up for my children. So I need that. I know I need that energy, right? If I'm continuing to go, overthinking about the situation, putting myself in this Eight of Swords energy, and if I allow others' opinions and whatever get me all fucked up in the head, then now I am allowing myself to descend. And we're not going to do that. 23 on the timer. Why? Because if we want our divine masculines to mirror our energy as divine feminines, we have the ability to do that by not panicking, not overthinking, not being overly emotional, not allowing other people's fears, doubts, or worries overcome us. And I'm not just talking about when it comes to your relationship with your divine masculine. I'm talking about all of your connections, your co-workers, your employees, your employer, your best friend, your children, your within yourself. How are you viewing yourself? All of that matters, right? So if you're experiencing any of the unbalanced energy, right? Like the fear, doubt, anxiety, then take the time, divine feminine, to ground yourself. I'm telling you, take it. Do not allow yourself to overthink. Do not allow yourself to Do not allow yourself to worry and fear because, first of all, they're not of God. God told you, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Literally. So don't. And if you find that your divine masculine is unable to elevate, you'll know when it's time for you to walk away. You'll know when you're released from the situation. You know when God says, your work here is done. It is your job to listen to your intuition, but as a divine feminine, you do know how to listen to your intuition, right? And if you've stuck it out this far with me, you're one that understands that instead of mirroring that energy to your divine masculine, what you're going to do is ground yourself, right? You're going to release any doubts, any fears to the universe and let the universe handle your divine masculine because it's not your job to fix them. It's not your job to figure it out. It's not your job for them. It's not your job to reinvent them. You didn't make them. You did not make the divine masculine, right? You're just a vessel to help elevate the energy on this here earth. Okay, and because you're a divine feminine, that means that you're a leader, you're confident, you're secure, you know who you are, you know what you want, who you want, and when you want it, and when you have no control. And in this situation, you have no control, divine feminine. You don't. We never really do, especially not over another person, but what you do have control of is yourself. So ground yourself. Control the thoughts. Don't allow this Eight of Swords energy to pull you down, descend. Look at this, as I'm saying, ascending, like you're ascending. Look at her going up the stairs. Like your wealth is up here. Your wealth, your abundance is right here. The fruit of your labor is right up there. You can pick the fruit, but you can only pick it by going up the ladder. You can't stay down here because you want to match your divine masculine's energy. You can't do that. You can't do that because then you are going to get stuck. And then you're going to be like, well, why my money looking crazy? Why am I attracting psycho clients? Why am I always moody at my job? Why? Because your energy, you're trying to mirror the energy that your divine masculine is in right now. And that's not what we want. We want to get to the fruit. And you want your masculine to get to the fruit with you. This is what it means, go get the bag together. But you got to match the energy. Y'all got to match. Okay, that's what I have for y'all. I hope this message gave you clarity or some sort of guidance, divine feminine. Sorry it went from the trail to this over here, but I had to come eat. I had to quench my hunger. All right, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.